In this problem, we have to find the number of significant figures of each of these numbers. For a problem like this, it's important to really understand the intuition behind the rules for significant figures in the first place, and how we decide what digits are and aren't significant in communicating a level of precision in measurement. For 214, all three digits are non-zero, so we can be sure that they all carry some meaning. Otherwise, one or more of the digits would have been approximated to zero. So all three digits are significant here. For 81.60, once again we have a case where it's clear that each digit was meant to carry some amount of meaning. The 816 digits are obviously significant since they're not zero, but the last digit will actually be significant too, the little zero here at the end. The fact that it exists at the end of the number, but after the decimal point, indicates that it was deliberately placed there to communicate that the value is precise to this zero digit. So once again, all four digits are significant here. For 7.03, we have a 0 in between a 7 and a 3. When we have a 0 between two significant digits, we can assume that the zeros in between will be significant as well, because it's implied that the 0 is part of the measurement, and is precise in its meaning. So we have three significant digits here. For 0.03, we have a similar case to 7.03, but without the 7. This time, we have no indication that the leading zeros are significant, since there is no non-zero value before them. For this reason, these zeros seem to be nothing more than placeholder values to set the position of that 3. Therefore, the 3 is the only value in this number that can be considered significant, and it's only one significant figure in this number. For 0.0086, we'll apply the same logic as before. With a less than zero value expressed with a decimal point, any leading zeros only act as placeholder digits and aren't significant. The only digits that are will be the 8 and the 6 at the end. So we have two significant figures here. 3236 basically goes back to what we said with 214. The digits should all be significant since none of them are zero, so there's pretty much no question here that there are four significant figures. 8700, on the other hand, is a little bit tricky. When we have a number without a decimal point, and we have trailing zeros, then there really isn't any clear indication of whether or not those two trailing zeros were measured precisely. By convention, however, numbers greater than 0 that really are precise only to another digit greater than 0 is usually indicated with something like an overline over the smallest precise digit, or it could be something like there if we're precise to this 0 right here. Or it could be indicated by writing the value in scientific notation. But since we don't have that here, we can assume that these two zeros at the end are not significant. Therefore, this value can only be said to have two significant figures.